welcome to Stitches and Jacks. I promised that I would be back soon and that I would I would reveal my haul from the quilt show that I went to, the Uttoxeter quilt show. So what did I had a list, I was all organised, and I wanted spray glue, which is where you spray your batting to your backing, and then you spray your batting and put your front on, or you can do it various ways. But they didn't have any, and for love nor money. When we went back to our quilt meeting, quite a few people said that, because it's normally on special offer at a quilt show, but nobody had any. I wanted some sew line glue and refills. I would like to attempt some English paper piecing. I've got a couple of projects that I'd like to pick up. And I wanted a friction pen, one that you can iron off. I want to try marking out a quilt and then being able to use those drawn lines and to do my quilting. But they didn't have that either. So I was like, right, okay, what do I do now? When I go to a show, any show, whether it's a quilt show or a yarn show, I try and have a list of something that I would like. I also leave myself a bit of room if I'm inspired by anything as well. Is that a get out clause? So I always do a recce, and if I see something that I like, I might sort of take a note of it or try and remember up here of what it was and what stall it was, and I'll go through the show guide. But this time I didn't buy the show guide until we were there. So it's the British Quilt and Stitch Village Show. I think it was only £1, and then the competition that was there, all the beautiful quilts that we saw, the theme was a grand day out, and I didn't know that either. And there were some beautiful quilts, many beautiful quilts. So, and after those three things, I wanted some fabric. I'm intending to make Benjamin a quilt I would like by the end of May, when he moves to his new house and he's going to get a new bedroom. At the moment he has like a woodland nursery, and it's, he's in a big bed now, has been, for, I don't know, a year or so, but he is having a dinosaur theme room. That's what he's picked. So when I went in, there was a lady there with a great big stall, and I saw the perfect, I've got, I think three maybe. I've got a half yard, a fat quarter of dinosaurs, and then I've got I think a fat quarter of dinosaur footprints. And I want to try and use as much of my stash as possible. And I don't know if you like this, I mean, looking for something else. I come across it and I was like, oh my word, this is amazing. I kind of forgotten that I'd got it. So I thought, right, I'll put that to one side. That is definitely for Benjamin, and I want to make him that. His colours are going to be orange and green in his bedroom. So I went to this store and I saw these bundles. And I think it's about as I've got older. I'll ask a question. What can somebody say? No, that's the worst thing they could say. And she had two lots of fabric together, and they were with red. They were both the colours I wanted, but they were with red. And I thought, be good. You don't really need that red. Just ask her if she'll split the fabric. And we went on the Sunday, so it is, and I know this, it is the last day of the show. So people will perhaps make more of a decision. They want to take as less back as possible. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, makes sense in my head. So I asked this lady, and she said to me, of course. So considering it's dinosaur, and I'm going to make the quilt, and I will show you when I make it, and I needed some strips to border these. Look what I found. Oh my word. I'm so excited. I think I showed everybody on the coach when I got back. Then I thought, oh my word, she's mad. And then I was sort of a bit giddy because she was so lovely to me that there were two more fat quarters, but this is what caught my eye. Oh, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And there's that one as well. I mean, that would go quite nicely. I was thinking, perhaps I could do a project bag. Yeah. Hold it the right way up, Karen. So lovely. So I bought those. And I do really like this. So bit of an impulse buy, but I was like, I'm so happy, I'll buy something else. So that was that. And I feel that I have hankering to make an I Spy quilt for Alfred. He is 7 in July, as he keeps telling us. So 7 is a big number. And I think it is because he's in year 2 at school. So when he goes to school in September, he'll be year 3, which when I was a girl, when you were in year 3, you were in the juniors. You left the infants, went to the juniors. So it's a big move up. So I'm in the market for an I Spy quilt. And I didn't realise I was in the market for an I Spy quilt. I had the boys here. When did I have them? I must have been over Easter, and Alfie wasn't very well. And my daughter works here on a Thursday, so she was in her room. Bonnie was in the boys' room next to her having a sleep. Ruben was in his mum and dad's room. And I didn't have anywhere else really I don't like them to come in here unless I've kind of hoovered it. Yeah, because, well, not like I drop pins and things, but just in case. So I had him in our room, and he was absolutely boiling hot, but he needed something over him. So I thought, I'll just go and get you one of your quilts. So I went and got this, and he was so funny. He'd forgotten that I'd made this for him, and we had a really good time just like looking through it. And do you remember when, or perhaps it's just me, but remember when you were younger and you went in the sweet shop and they had the jars of sweets behind you, like the tree ball sweets or whatever, and you could go and have like 2 ounces or 4 ounces if you had a lot of money. Show my age there. So when you could get, was it 4 blackjacks for a penny? So this is what I've made. This is what I made him. I have to put it out properly. So it looks like these jars on the shelf. And I didn't use a pattern. I can't. Oh, my jumper's writing up. I didn't use a pattern. I just sort of worked it out myself. And you've got different things in there. So they're sitting on a shelf. So you would kind of say, I spy, well, something beginning with D, dinosaurs. And at that time, he was heavily into bananas. He loved a banana. He still does, but I wouldn't say, maybe it might not be his first choice. But there's lots of different things on here. Obviously, ladybugs, owls. I think his dad was riding a motorbike at that time. Maybe not a Harley. And then I'm renowned for using every last bit of my fabric, and I'll cut a 2.5 inch wide strip, but it might only be about that long, and I'll put it all together. But this time I put it round here. So this is on one of his quilts. I made him as a baby. This was his first little nursery bag, like a little drawstring bag. This is on his quilt. Yeah, so there's all sorts. And then I thought, well, as he will be growing up, maybe that might not be so cool. So the backing, I think, is it Marvel? Batman and everything. And Superman. So yeah, he really enjoyed looking at that. So I thought, right, okay, I want to make Fred one. And I've got a big carrier bag of all different kinds of picture material. And I gave some to Jeanette, or lent us, well, I gave her some. I said to her, cut what you want. And she made this beautiful abstract bag with all these prints on. So I found a lady by chance, and she'd got lots of fabric. Now, I can't make Fred exactly the same because they're brothers. Doesn't matter if Benjamin's is the same because they live in different houses. So it's finding some other stuff. And this lady had all these unique fabrics. I've got some penguins, and I really like this for cha. Isn't that lovely? I thought maybe he might like something with knitting on that reminds him of his grandma. Maybe not. And Alfred's heavily into birds. So I found this. It's got parrots. Are they? Yeah, I think they're parrots, aren't they? With all the feathers on. Oh, this is for Benjamin's I Spy quilt. He is heavily into flamingos, and I spotted that. How beautiful is that? So I thought that might be nice too, just cut him a square. Oh, and then I was looking for, thinking ahead, for Reuben and Toby. It's just when you see these things, their mum really likes giraffes. And they've got a beautiful, great big soft toy in their nursery. So I've got some lemons. Oh, and I've got some doggy fabric. And this reminds me of when we took Alfie to London Zoo, and there were these beautiful, beautiful tigers. Him and my husband were absolutely taken with them. I was like standing well back. And then there was 2 impulse buys for myself. So I think these might become a project bag or something. I just really, really like this fabric. So there's that one. And then there's this one. I'm collecting, I've not got very much, but what I call blousy flowers. You know, like great big dahlias. And that might even become a project bag at some time. So I got those, and then so that was at one stall. And then I saw this fabric. I was having a sandwich. Was with my friends, and they said, "Oh, we're just going through this stall," and they'd seen something. I said, "Okay, I said, I'll follow you through." I was looking at a stall. When I went through, I lost them. I don't know where they went. So I had a cup of tea and a sandwich, and I was sitting on this bench, and I was just watching this lady on this stall, and she had some lovely fabric. So I was really taken with this, and this is for Fred. I said, "Well, do you sell fat quarters?" And I said, "Would you cut me a fat quarter?" "Sure, not really." She said, "I just want all this fabric to go." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "I just want to make a nice spy quilt." Yeah, I'm like trying the sympathy. And it's my little grandson. He's going to be 7. He really likes birds. And wherever we go on our walks, you hear me kind of go, yeah, that feather fabric would have been lovely, to have gone in his quilt. I'd also seen this. So this is 2 and a bit meters, and it's a very pale pink. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. And I bought it, and I said, "Oh, how much you got on there?" She said 2 and a bit meters. So I said, "I'll take it." I said, "She said, what do you want the other bit?" I said, "Yeah, that'd be lovely, thank you." And I don't think she charged me for that. It wasn't even quite a quarter. And I was wondering whether, well, when I was at the show, I was thinking, oh, that might make a nice tablecloth. My daughter is having a strawberry themed birthday party for Wally, so this is why I was like, oh my word, that's really beautiful. And then when I brought it home, I thought, oh, perhaps I could make her a dress, not for a party because it's only like 2 weeks away. No, it's a week away, 10 days away. But I really like that. And I said to my daughter, bought this fabric. I said, you could borrow it for the table, but don't let anybody spill anything on. And she was like, it's all right, Mum, sorted. So I kept stroking this, and so I said, is there any way I can just have a long quarter? She thought, I need to keep you quiet, go away. So I've got a long quarter. Because somebody told me that because I've got loads and loads of fat quarters, she said, if you're going to just buy random fabric, random fabric, she said, just buy a long fat quarter, and she said you get a lot more out of that for your patchwork, because it's not very often that you're going to want to go longer than 9.5 inches unless it's for border strips. Good tip. So she did that for me, which was lovely. I was about to say with pleasure to make me go away. And because I started to think about my quilts, and I think what I'm going to do, what I would like to do is perhaps separate them. I thought, I keep saying, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that, and I don't get around to it. So I'm going to get all my picture fabric together and just put it in one place. And I saw a quilt where we're going to be making some liners quilts. I thought that would be ideal, because even though I've got like 6 grandchildren, if I did them all the same, I'm still not going to use everything up, because it's only about 5, 6 inch square, so I thought they would be ideal to use those. And then I'd really like to have a like 1930s like quilt for me, of all the different quilt blocks. So I met this guy, and I just knew the name by the glue. My mum's an avid card maker, beautiful cards, and she always recommends the pin flare glue. Oh, should I just get my hand out of the way just in case you wanted to have a look? Oh, he was so funny. We had some real banter. So I wonder, so for my spy quilt, I saw this and I thought, wow, that's lovely. That will do. And then I saw this. Really lovely. So that's, I was obviously thinking, oh yeah, I need to gather just a few different fat quarters for this. And then I went into my 1930s quilt. So I'm going to put all these together. And this is like a pinky cream, I think. I kind of like envisaging, I don't know, Little House on the Prairie, Anne of Green Gables, Wanted Barking. And because I'm not very good at yellow, I'm not a yellow person, says she, who is in this. I went, just digress slightly, just, yeah, humour me. I went into Marks and Spencer's probably about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, and I just saw this. You know, when you go into the shop and you sort of see like the models, and they have like new lines, and I just really liked it. I liked like the cable design, and it's quite cropped. Yeah, and now that I've been on a bit of my health kick, it fits nice. So I wore it Saturday and I've worn it out today, and I think it's got like a cotton mix, but I don't know what all this, what's this? Is it, they're not taking anything in? So I'm either in fashion or confused. So I bought this one, which is yellow. This is like a cream, on the cream spectrum, creamy goldy spectrum. I was in 7th heaven. I think so was a guy. Oh my word. That reminds me of when we first moved up north, we went into, my husband bought the house in the sense of, he phoned me, come home at the weekend because he was working away, come back at the weekend, and he said, right, because we'd just put an offer in and we'd been consumption. It was the second house. And then he phoned me on the Monday morning and said, I've just seen a house this morning. He says, I put an offer in, and yeah, they've accepted it and it's going to be ours. And I'm like, what? It's not like he's bought a kettle. If I don't like it, I can just take it back to the shop. So I had to wait till the Saturday to go up. But yeah, he bought the perfect house, in the sense of, yeah, bought the perfect house. And when I went to the front room, it reminds me of this wallpaper. It was like granny, like the granny's attic. But yeah, my tastes have changed now. So I thought that would be nice in the quilt. So hence that room was redecorated straight away. So that was pin flare. And then what else did I buy? I bought this. This was another impulse. I kept looking at it, and it was just as we went in. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I just really loved it. And it's 1 metre of fabric. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. But I was like, yeah, I'm having that. I just love it. Oh, that's too shiny. Just love it. So I had that and these two fat quarters I bought with no intent whatsoever. So they're for me. But if they're going to be project bags, so that means it's only that one. I need to decide what to do with that. And then, well, I think what I saw, there was a lot of stalls that were, it was lots of smaller projects. So I was really drawn to this, and you would have seen it. And it's Lady Butterfly, and it's by Emma Sherlin. She has actually designed these herself. Oh my word, I need to take this out. And I can't tell you how busy that store was. Never seen anything like this. Everybody was like stopping, and the idea is that you could put it on the back of a denim jacket, put it on a bag, put it on a cushion. Oh my word, I was just blown away. Let me just get this out. So she's going to be at the Festival of Quilts in Birmingham in the summer, so I'm definitely going back. This is a long-term project. Oh my word, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It just makes me laugh. And it's for Bonnie. I'm making Bonnie a quilt because my daughter's a hairdresser, and it's so ridiculously beautiful. And all sorts, so she's definitely worth going and having a look. And it's a plique, so yes, it's an impulse buy, but it's something that will improve my skills. I have done some plique in the past. Oh my word, that was hard work. Right, so I have the cream fabric, I think for her skin tone, I think. Yeah, cream fabric for a skin tone. And then I was like, well, if I'm doing this for Bonnie, I can't have that for her hair. And she had all different styles like made up. And because Bonnie's a redhead, I've chosen that. That's going to be beautiful, isn't it? So I need to have some of the backing fabric. So I'm going to make that into a quilt. And then she had the most beautiful, beautiful fabric. So what is this? So this is 3.5 meters, and it was £21.60. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my word. Oh my word. So I bought 2. Yeah, I bought 2. I'm going to go back try and find out Festival Quilts, because I've got the orangey peach, but I need something, a plain, to go with those. But I just love it so much, so much. And then I met this really lovely lady at Monkey Buttons. Oh my word. She had the most beautiful patterns. She had the most beautiful quilts. And I am making... I've put it somewhere. There's a load of stuff on the bed I need to sort out. That's why I'm on the floor. So I'm making, I think, this one, but in this colourway. And there's a picture of it there. Can you see? And it's all in those colours. And the only thing I've got to buy is some kind of I don't know what it's called. It's not trunk. I won't say trunking. I don't think it is. Some kind of wire thing for the handle, and evidently you get it in B&Q. But she'd run out of the pattern because she just sold them all. That's the only thing. If you go to quilt show, go to any show on the last day, you might not necessarily got what you want. But she said, if you pay for the pattern, she said, I'll send it to you. So that was on the Sunday, and I'm pretty sure that I got it on the Tuesday. I couldn't get over it because I thought, blimey, I would have thought that on the Monday she'd have had it as a day of like being collapsing and getting over how busy she was, and people were flying round her stall. So this is a project for the summer. I keep saying, I'd like to make a bag, I'd like to make a bag. And I'm like, right, just get some little projects and you can do them. And then I met this other lady, and she was from Village Fabrics, and you would have seen her as well. And that's her card. And then she had these beautiful wall hangings, and I was very good. I only bought one, and I am going to make this. And it's difficulty level. There's 5 spools, and it's number 2, so that's okay. And I was so taken away with that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And again, that's a plique as well. But the only thing I'd like to change, I'd like to put Jack Russell under the table, but I don't know whether I can find a pattern or if I could make one. But it was just beautiful. And she was a really lovely lady. We really had a lovely conversation. And that's what's so lovely when you go to these shows. So I bought some quilt labels. Yeah. So there's that one. There's this one which I need for the baby quilt that I've just completed. That will be a universal one. And then I bought this because I thought that was a flamingo. I think it is still a flamingo. So that would be nice to put on Benjamin's quilt. Yeah, she was really lovely, the lady. She had some beautiful, beautiful things. So, And then I have purchased a kit, but it's coming, I think I signed up for 6 months, and it was on the store. It's called Liberty Bell. Oh, they're in Cheshire. Oh, that would be interesting to be able to go and see them. Oh, let's get this one. And it was very sort of, I don't know, I just like to say it got a bit of a French feel. And there was so many beautiful things. I had such a job to contain myself. You know, like looking around, it was really busy. But they had this beautiful picture of these 3 houses, and there was a washing line, and you could make some miniature quilts, and you could put them on this washing line. So what happens is, she said that you receive your first kit, which is the houses, so you stitch that, and then the second month you'll get a set of 3 quilts. So it must be, I think that they're of the season, so spring, summer, autumn, winter, and then you can just change them up. And I just really like that idea. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, so I don't think I've done too bad. I've bought for 2 quilts that I intend to make, and I bought 2 projects that I want to make this summer, and then I've got a long-term project that I want to check that I can get some of that fabric rather than go and, you know, try and find match in it. Got bits for Benjamin's quilt. So yes, I've done very well. I'm very pleased with my little haul. So yeah, so I hope that you enjoy that. Gives you a bit of inspiration. We were all buzzing when we got back to, we went to our next quilt group, quilt class, and full of ideas. So yeah, lovely. Well, my lovelies, I hope you've had a really lovely crafty time since I've seen you. Let me know what you're working on, and if you plan any projects, and if they're seasonal at all, I'd be really interested. Right, I'm going to go now, and I'm going to go and have some dinner. I think Mr. Jaxie's around. And then I'll edit this tomorrow. It's currently Monday, the 29th of April, so it'll go up tomorrow for the last day of April, and then next week there should be a roundup April video. So until then, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you then. Bye, my lovies. Bye.